Oh, if only you knew how much time and effort I put into this video. Welcome to another beer review. And I tell you what, the weather is perfect for a bit of killing, a bit of suspense. And let's put that away. Have to dispose of that somehow. So, today, actually put a little bit of effort into a video for once, even though the Cloudwater logo wasn't equal and it's not centre anyway. So today we're having a look at a beer from Sureshot and Verdant, and this is a can of Your Version of the Truth, which is a double dry hopped IPA coming in at 6.5% ABV. Double dry hopped IPA brewed in collaboration with Villains Verdant. Dry hopped with Superdelic, HBC 586, Mosaic Cryo, HBC 630 and Rakau. Citrus slashes through a tropical body. In Italian. And as you can see, absolutely buzzing with the artwork on this one. And I love the reference, of course, referencing a line from Dario Argento's Profondo Rosso, otherwise known as Deep Red. And ironically, I've actually got a very tiny Dario Argento collection. And funny enough, I don't actually have a copy of Deep Red. I used to have like the Blue Underground DVD, but God knows where that is. So I'll have to invest in a nice version of it. Let's just tilt the camera up. Professional. Absolutely professional. So yeah, I'm a massive fan of giallos. In fact, Italian cinema, if you've been subscribed to the channel since pretty much at the start, and if you're ever subscribed to the film review channel, you'll know that Italian cinema is just chef's kiss for me, especially when it comes to the Italian thriller. And I've got to say, they've absolutely nailed it. A giallo-inspired IPA. I want more of that, please. They've even like got... They're just like proper, like paying homage to the giallo itself. The artwork is based on the yellow-sleeved books that the films, a lot of films were based on. You know, taking inspiration from like British thrillers and stuff like that. Can't think of any off the top of my head, because this always happens when I try and do something when I'm putting a bit of effort and trying to show enthusiasm. Got nothing to back it up with. But yeah, I just love the fact that like Una Predizione, De Verdant and Sureshot, it's just, they've nailed the reference absolutely perfectly. And yeah, and hats off to any brewer who will brew a beer based off a Dario Argento reference. I was very lucky. I can't remember if it was early this year or late last year. Got to watch Deep Red on the big screen. Really gorgeous print of it. Watched it at home in Manchester. Great little cinema. Saw some fantastic films in there. Len, which was just absolutely marvellous. Kill List with Ben Wheatley actually doing a Q&A, but I was too fucking scared to say hello. He's one of my favourite, if not my favourite British director, and I was too much of a coward to just say hello. What else did I watch? The person who did Parasite, one of his like early crime thrillers, which was just phenomenal. So yeah, watching Deep Red on the big screen was an absolutely fantastic experience. Great example of the genre by probably, well, aside from the likes of, you know, Sergio Martino and Mario Bava, one of the true pioneers. And of course, as is the case with a lot of Italian films, when something becomes popular, everyone else jumps on the bandwagon. And needless to say, I'm a big fan of that. And yeah, sorry I keep wiping my nose. But yeah, Deep Red is a fantastic film. David Hemmings is great in it. In fact, it's a reference to a line that he says, I can't remember the full line. One of the best soundtracks ever, coming from Goblin. And yeah, but the thing I like about, going off on a massive tangent now, the thing I like about a lot of like Dario Argento's films is, even though they're like serious, straight-faced, quite graphic in some respects, although very tame, very, very tame by modern standards. It's always like weird, quirky, sometimes not completely politically correct humour. Just a fantastic experience, great set pieces. And yeah, as you can see, I'm dressed like I'm either the detective in a giallo film or I am the killer, even with Nike branded gloves. So, you know, no expenses spared. Pretty cheap Salter kitchen knife. You've got it all. Absolutely got it all. We'll see how well I can actually put the intro to this video together. Anyway, that's not why you're here. I think I have talked about giallo films when I was doing the Libidomania podcast and live streams. Although if you go to my now defunct film review channel, Mondo Squalido, the only time I've ever made money on YouTube, and then with YouTube's laws over the years, got nuked, because of course I'm reviewing, you know, cult films, sometimes adult films, extreme stuff from like Japan. So, you know, but I was getting like, literally I had videos where I had, not to brag, because I hate people who brag about how many views they get on YouTube. But, you know, my Irreversible review got like 19 million views until YouTube were like, oh, this is a little bit graphic. So we'll make money off it, but you won't. So, yeah, thank you, YouTube, for stifling creativity. And it's because of all that, which is why I just sort of gave up with the film review stuff. Because it was just every review I'd upload, they'd have a problem with the thumbnail. I'd get bullshit copyright claims from like random DJs and producers, even though I was using like music from, because I was even like subscribed. Well, I got a free subscription to Epidemic Sound, so I was using a lot of stuff from there. But yeah, if you go to the Mondo Squalido channel, I even did like a giallo-esque tour around Regensburg in Germany. That's when I had a massive passion for YouTube and for creating content. But then life gets in the way and you just think, what's the point? If it's working against me, what can I do? But YouTube are probably still making a few quid off some of the videos. I don't know why. But yeah, so that link will be in the description. Anyway, waffling on already. Let's get this beer opened and see what we get. So I've got a feeling the reason why they went for a sort of a kind of giallo, well, not a kind of, as I said, they nailed it perfectly. I've seen like cult film labels do an absolutely worse job of doing artwork for like re-released films. But I've got a feeling the fact that one of the hops is called Superdelic, and there's a lot of psychedelia in the giallo realm. So I'm guessing that's why it is. Anyway, I'm going to stop fanboying about Italian cinema. And let's see if I'll fanboy about this beer. Anyway, looking fantastic, as you would expect, from Sureshot. Fortunately, don't have a Sureshot glass. I should have done that when I did this order, because I did a little bit of an order from Sureshot. I want to start doing more direct orders from breweries. How many times have I said that? But yeah, I should have ordered a glass as well. But, you know, representing Manchester there. And yeah, it looks really, really nice. It's not like really bright and juicy looking. It's a little bit more dark, turbid, but nice and dense with a 2 fingers worth of a white creamy head. Certainly looking appetizing. quite fresh as well. I got this, well, this is the main reason why I did my order, was to get this and the Siren collab, which is a red IPA, which I'm very, very intrigued by. But yeah, let's see what we get with this. I'd say it's a little bit more on the savoury, slightly dank side of things. A little bit of a soft, muted citrus. A slight, almost like mango chutney vibe, but it's not like really too tropical. Really too tropical? Fantastic English. Yeah, there's like a little bit of like a rocket leaf character almost. Very, very subtle though. But yeah, it smells like an absolutely stonking IPA. Not too in your face. So we'll just see what it tastes like. Cheers. Yeah, that's definitely more of a savoury character. It doesn't really have any sort of like resiny flavours like you sometimes get with a quite savoury IPA. Really nice mouthfeel. Smooth, but just enough carbonation to cut through it. Quite, I keep saying the word savoury. You'll probably drink it and won't instantly think of savoury. But it's like bruised fruit that's sort of like lost its flavour almost. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, a little bit herbal on the back end. Bit of a bitterness there. Finishes a little bit dry. Now, I'm not sure what Superdelic is supposed to add, and I'm not too sure what sort of variants the HBC hops are. I know Rakau is, I think that's a New Zealand hop, so I am getting that sort of like musky, that's a better word than savoury. There's a muskiness right on the back end. What I will say is, this is not ridiculously fruity. It's a little bit more like laid back. I'm not sure if there might be a little bit of too much of a fresh hop character to this. But there's no like harshness in that regard, so I don't think that's the case with this one. Slight dusting of the bitter end of grapefruit until the bitter end. The Killer wore night gloves. It's a very shit attempt at trying to make a Italian thriller-esque joke. Well, I am a bit of a joke, aren't I? I mean, look what I'm doing. I've come home, thought I'm going to have a beer, stood outside as it started pissing down to get some exterior shots. Basically threw all my Jello collection on the bed, got a knife, and then did a video. And there's me thinking that one day I was going to be a filmmaker. Never going to happen. I'll just enjoy the films. And do you know what? I've not actually watched a Giallo for quite a while. And, you know, there's staples in the collection which I don't have anymore. I used to have a much bigger, like, film collection at one point. But then, you know, you have to sell things to live. Tragic circumstances in Germany, which we won't get into. So I had to start afresh, and I was always like dead against Blu-ray for some reason. So I've been slowly adding films back to the collection. There's loads of Lucio Fulci stuff that I love, but I've just not got in the collection yet. Of course, we need to get Deep Red, although Tenebrae is a very good film. In fact, all these 4 films that I have, Bird with the Crystal Plumage, the film that basically started it all, 4 Flies on Grey Velvet, what's that one called now? Don't Torture a Duckling, And then you've got like Cat and Nine Tails, Sleepless, Opera. Just what a great filmography Dario Argento has. But yeah, not what I was expecting this to be honest. I think when I see a hazy IPA, I'm predisposed to think, that's not the proper word, but we'll carry on, to like think that, oh, it's going to be really fruity, creamy, blah, 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 blah. Doesn't always have to be like that. Proper snurch then. What a pig. I mean, there's no way I'd be able to sneak up on someone, let alone like multiple victims, do you know what I mean? Walking, you can clearly hear me breathing heavy because I'm massively out of shape, snurching, I make weird grunts for no reason, random air comes out my mouth, I swallow awfully sometimes, so I'd be a terrible, terrible killer in an Italian giallo film. I think this is my like really late Halloween special. Don't know why I laughed at that comment because it wasn't funny. But yeah, I like this. Is it the best beer that I've had from Sureshot or Verdant? No, I've had better examples from both. Is it a bad IPA? No, it's really nice. It's that musky, savoury character that I'm really, really enjoying, without it going too much into the grape musk territory, which is a character I'm not a big fan of when it's really in your face. That's why I don't really tend to drink too many New Zealand heavily hopped IPAs, just because it's not a flavour profile that I'm a massive fan of. Doesn't mean the beer I don't like is a bad beer, but yeah, this will definitely do, as they say. So yeah, that was my review of Your Version of the Truth. Beautiful, beautiful artwork. I think it would have been absolutely amazing if they'd done some merch based on this, or even like, I don't know, it's a one-off obviously, but I'd love, I don't know why, like do like a Polizio Tesci sort of themed beer with Maurizio Merli's moustache. Do like an Umberto Lenzi horror sort of thing, or I don't know. But I just love it when something that I love is referenced on beer and then the artwork is just tip-top. Not sure who's done the artwork, but yeah, fantastic job with that. Everything about the reference is just spot on. And it's a really nice beer as well, which is the most important thing. But the Italian film fan in me is very much a fan of this beer. But what I would say is, and these are two breweries that I brewed so much since their conception, basically. So, you know, it's hard to, you know, top, I was going to say it's hard to top yourself. That's terrible, terrible, unfortunate Freudian slip of the tongue there. But it's hard to like always make a better beer than the last one that you've brewed. But yeah, this is something a little bit different. Like I said, keywords: savoury, musky, a little bit of fruitiness there. It smells a little bit more fruity than it tastes, but it's still a really nice IPA, which I'm starting to think maybe I'm drinking it maybe a little bit too fresh, although it doesn't really come across as being really aggressively hopped, because you don't always have to be. But yeah, I'm satisfied with this. And it's gonna fuel the remainder of my rampage. I actually wrote a script for a giallo film once, but we won't get into that. Anyway, so if you'll excuse me, in fact, I can't say too much or else I will incriminate myself. But do you know what? I'll get arrested or killed at the end of the film to an absolutely beautiful, beautiful soundtrack. So that's the most important thing. So watch yourself. Check out Verdant. Check out Sureshot. Do yourselves a favour. Watch Deep Red. Look into the giallo genre, because the artistry is just... Italian cinema is bellissimo. Anyway, and I need to have a trip to Italy. I want to go to Naples so I can see like some of the places where some of the Italian crime films have been filmed, plus the pizza, the architecture, the beautiful nubile women, the sleuth who gets involved or caught up in the killings, the detectives. Mustache. Bye-bye for now.